North America has always played second fiddle to Europe in Counter-Strike.
All too easy at the end there for Fnatic. They will take the SLESCO Pro League, like you say, and it's just really... Cloud9 are going to look back at the Overpass game and this Dust2 game and think, you know what? We should and could have won this tournament.
No matter how good an NA team got, it always seemed like there was a ceiling.
Simple coming through the smoke to grab a double kill. That's got to be heartbreaking round to end it on for NRG. But they've had a phenomenal run in this tournament. And this is finally all about Simple, all about Na'Vi. They have a trophy.
A couple of teams proved that they could hang with the best in the world, but none of them could be the best. And those glimpses of greatness were, for years, just that.
It could hardly have been more difficult. They weren't the favorites, they were the underdogs. They were a heavy underdog, but they did it for North America.
But then came Team Liquid, a cast of characters molded through trial and error, helmed by a man who'd been there through it all.
Where's the rest of the backup? They're not going to be there in time. Nitro with a massive spray gets the last one too and shuts down the entire French lineup.
There is no question that NA has finally produced the best Counter-Strike team in the world.
The Corsair DreamHack Masters champions, second in the Intel Grand Slam, Team Liquid champions, where it all began years ago. History is on for North America.
It just took them years to put the puzzle together.
They say everything's bigger in Texas. This retake has to be exactly that. Oh my God, from naf! 3 kills!
In 2015, Team Liquid decided to get in on the Counter-Strike craze and signed the former Denial esports roster.
So that is the big announcement. My teammates are going to be, so the new Team Liquid CSGO team is going to be myself, Daps, Naf, Fugly, and Nitro.
Like many of their NA peers, they performed well on their home turf, but failed to make any noise internationally.
Nitro, 1 versus 3. It's match point here for NIP, and Ali's going to do it with P90. NIP 16-1, what a crazy, crazy scoreline. And, well, the series from start to finish was a dominant showing from the Swedes.
While Nitro was Liquid's rising star, his career up to that point was pretty shaky, and a lost opportunity to play with iBuyPower in 2014 almost caused him to quit CSGO altogether.
So yeah, there was some truth to it for sure, you know. I didn't know how the game was going to develop. Obviously no one knew really. And I got cut from iBuyPower, and that was like my ticket into the scene. And luckily, like, I joined Denial afterward. They made a spot for me and became Team Liquid, so I'm still here today.
Nitro spent 2015 entry fragging, but an unmotivated and distracted Naf needed to go. And while Liquid would bring him back eventually, right then and there, they replaced him with the red-hot Elige, another part of their eventual championship puzzle.
Elige in the bomb site picks up the bomb and takes out a Dren. He was at low HP. He might not be ready for Nitro to flank, and this Molly and this nade is going to combine to get the kill. No, he's not. Elige! What a miracle play, surrounded by fire and HE grenades. Able to pull it out, and that was desperately needed round.
Team Liquid started 2016 with a bang. They signed Simple, one of the best players in the world, who seemed unstoppable with an AWP in his hand. Team Liquid were hoping that he could make the difference they were looking for.
JDM, nade out in behind the back of the site, not to be spotted though, or not to be taking any damage. It is still Simple though. He's rotated over. He's now coming to life, and it's going to be a Dread that pops out late. Suddenly around!
In the short term, it worked. Team Liquid became the first North American team in CSGO history to make it to the finals of a major at ESL One Cologne.
See, double smokes in the same place there. Simple just jumping casually into the site. He's going to fall down again. What is this clutch from Simple? Are you serious? What is that? You can't do that, Simple. It's not allowed. This is not FPL. This is a major.
But in the long term, it failed. Simple left the active roster in April and left for Na'Vi entirely in August. Liquid's international gamble didn't pay off, and they were once again left with a roster from NA, Counter-Strike's misfit scene. But Nitro continued to quietly improve. He tried his hand at IGLing, and though it didn't work out, he did tuck the experience into his back pocket for later.
Something like that I've been struggling with previous years with in-game leading was like I can't gather my thoughts fast enough to like micromanage people mid-round, and like that was my biggest issue like for in-game leading at that moment. And back then obviously I had to micromanage a lot more than I have to today.
And in 2017, Liquid signed their next championship piece, Twists, while charting out what their long-term future was going to look like.
Drops, does collect naf. That'll slow the plant down. Oscar, oh, he's not going to get there in time to deny it, but he knows Elise is in the corner. Fantastic control on the P2000 as Twist tries to do everything to defend the bomb. 2 kills for him. Knows that he can pull Oscar off it, but he's got to find Stacks first.
What?
He's got that Twist. He's going to try! And he turns it back with 4. Liquid steal a pistol.
It was also a year of professional growth for Nitro, who once again took up the mantle of IGL after Stanislaw decided he didn't want to, even though that was the role he was signed to play.
In 2017, like midway through 2017, he took over the leading role from Stanislaw. And yeah, I feel like he was so ready to do it because he's played with a decent amount of in-game leaders in the past, and I felt like he finally understood that he had the right mind to like lead like a team. And that just shows like a lot of confidence in himself too, that he's like prepared to take on this role and like lead a bunch of young players.
In early 2018, Liquid stumbled at the Boston Major, but things weren't all bad. They also brought back Naf, who had spent the last 3 years growing as both a person and as a player.
He's got to find the kit. He's not going to get a 10-second defuse in. Oh, and there it is. Nitro with a 3K to finish things off. And Liquid are your CS Summit 2 champions.
Beginning in May, Liquid went international again and brought in MIBR's Taco to replace Steel, joining fellow Brazilian Zeus, who'd been recruited as their coach at the end of 2016. And they improved dramatically during that period of stability, making it to the finals of 6 of the biggest tournaments in 2018, placing second each time. But 5 of those losses were to Astralis, who naturally became Team Liquid's biggest rivals.
So incredibly consistent. Oh, and he hits the shot. Astralis drive it home after what could have been a disastrous comeback from Team Liquid. They seemed out of it, but they have shown that they have turned up to this grand finals ready to fight.
By using a strat-heavy style similar to Astralis, Liquid was able to beat every other team in the world, but they couldn't quite beat the original. Some people even took to calling them mini Astralis.
I think there was a little bit of truth to saying we're the mini Astralis. I think we stole a lot from them. For example, like just certain strats, certain ways to use their utility, and just stuff like that. But in terms of how they approach the game, I don't think we were necessarily like that close to them. I think they were more strategic. We were more like individual skill-based trading.
Nitro was finally coming into his own as both an IGL and an AWPer, a role he took up after JDM left. And by picking up the AWP, he allowed his other teammates to play to their strengths.
So intriguing. I don't know, not a lot of people know like the amount of changes like Nitro has gone through, but he's like a very competent AWPer now. Like he can like stand up there and like AWP against like Device and Simple and like outplay them. Not because like he's mechanically good, but he's just smart.
At the end of 2018, Team Liquid made a series of decisions that would prove to be a turning point for both the organization and Nitro.
And it's 19 HP, triple AWP. AK swap, excuse me, for JW. He does pick up the body from Russell. But now it's going to be Stewie. He has to get aggressive. Good find on the first one. Best chance for Liquid, and it's a one-on-one. Smoke. Oh! 3, but he fires into it and times it perfectly.
Adren returned to Liquid, this time as coach, with a ton of strategic knowledge. They also brought on superstar Stewie 2K, who they got in a trade with MIBR for Taco and Zeus.
So there's Nitro gone, and it's on Stewie. They have to get close to that AW. Oh, he gets down one. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Taking down both players, point blank range.
Nitro, Elige, Naf, Twist, and Stewie have absolutely dominated 2019, combining the strat-heavy style of Astralis with the wild, frag-heavy individual play that NA is known for.
We have like strong fundamentals as players individually, and it's all cohesive. Like we all know what to do. We can all do every role, and I think that's what separates us from like the old us.
And with a shot at the Intel Grand Slam on the horizon, it seemed like Liquid was finally getting into their groove.
Liquid are victorious. They have defeated the Kings, Astralis. Liquid are your iBuyPower Masters champions.
Phenomenal win from them. Very deserving, very hard-working team, and it's great to see that 2019 is going to be a great year for them.
It's a new dawn.
But at Katowice, Liquid stumbled. They failed to make it out of groups and blew their shot to get a win on the board for the Grand Slam. At the time, it was an embarrassing loss. ENCE was a team that nobody thought anything of, and they just beaten one of the best teams in the world. But in true championship fashion, Liquid regrouped and brought their best game to IM6.
He's got the CZ and he's gone. It's all on to JW. Smoke to wait, and it's done finally. Finally, Liquid get their notch on a Grand Slam.
This time, there was no stopping Nitro and a surging Team Liquid. Sydney gave them their first win on their path to the Grand Slam. Then came a win at DreamHack Dallas, and with it the title of HLTV's best team in the world, thanks at least in part to Astralis deciding to take a break.
And he detects threat now. He can sense players on the other side. It's going to be a kill for Twist, surely. He gets the first. Is this where it ends? Alu in a 3 versus 1.
Shot Twist is tagged, but he's got the kill. And Liquid have it. They've got the championship. They've got Masters. And 2 in the Intel Grand Slam.
It's hard to explain what the feeling like it get, but achieving the #1 ranking was something special for us.
With 2 tournaments down, Liquid entered the Pro League Finals with a singular focus.
Pitted against longtime nemesis Astralis, stopping FaZe and dismantling mousesports. Finally, it's G2 that were in the guillotine and the call was made. The masters of both Sydney and Dallas, it's Liquid that had all the cards when their opponents were trying to play checkers. Liquid are the Pro League Season 9 champions.
And they carried that focus over to ESL One Cologne, where they capped off their Grand Slam run with a win in the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, at one of the most important tournaments of the year.
If it's RPK that's dropped, they could be in serious trouble. That should do it. There we go. It's Team Liquid, and that's what it means to them. They've taken it at the 4th map. The favourites coming into the tournament have just unlocked the Intel Grand Slam as ESL One Cologne under their belt and $1 million bonus.
4 tournament victories in 68 days. To put that into perspective, it took Astralis 323 days and 9 tournaments to complete the Grand Slam.
When you're on the stage and you look up and you see that many people, you have no words. Like, you can't really, you're speechless in a sense, like, because you never really dreamed of being there playing a video game, right? Like, that's like everyone's dream is to win Cologne. And winning Cologne and winning the Grand Slam there was like probably the most special moment in my CS career, actually.
And though Astralis decided to step back and attend less tournaments during Liquid's run, you can't take the accomplishment away from them. They've not only learned how to play Counter-Strike on their own terms, they've learned how to win in the process. Through trial and error and experimentation, Nitro and Team Liquid have solved the puzzle that is NA Counter-Strike.
That's what we're focusing on right now. We're trying to create our legacy and just create history and stuff like that. So we're trying not to focus like on the current, on the present right now. We're just trying to focus on the future and maintaining the spot, because that's the hardest part right now.
Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring that notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit up our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages.